What's going on, everybody? John Opinion Sports here, and today we're going to talk about maybe the best safety prospect in the last 20 years. This kid will go into the NFL with elite talent in basically every part of his game. Now, I've heard other people call him a unicorn, and after watching this kid's tape, I understand the sentiment. I couldn't find a singular part of his game that he wasn't great at. To start with, he's one of the smartest safeties I've seen at the college level. He has elite football IQ. It helps that Hamilton has probably the best instincts in this year's draft. And what's most impressive is, he doesn't just play one role for Notre Dame. They move him all over the field, and he's masterful at pretty much every situation. They'll line him up in the slot. They'll have him deep middle. He plays that robber role like we see from Logan Ryan. He'll come down in the box and thump with the best of them. Some might call him the ultimate weapon. So I think he'll fit whatever scheme he's drafted into. Shit, I think he could do damage on blitzes as well. It's awesome to see a play where he's deep safety and in the box the next snap. It's impressive. And if you're a quarterback, you really have to identify where he is before the snap. There's times where it'll look like he's popping out in coverage, and in a flash, all of a sudden, he's down on the flat. His athleticism is on a different level. I read an article that said he recorded a 40-inch vertical in high school. So I can't wait to see what he does at the combine. I'm sure he's going to blow it up with crazy numbers. But here's some of the little things that I love about Kyle Hamilton. He knows he is the fastest guy on the field, but he doesn't overuse it. He's still patient in the run game, where other guys like him will probably just shoot a gap and try to blow up a play. Now, you do see that too, but he just understands his run assignments. And when it's time to just put your cleats in the grass and just go, he pours on the elite athleticism. He is so good at the run game. Most safeties are either tackle guys or, coverage guys. But Kyle Hamilton has married those two together and created something special. I almost said warm apple pie. I'm not sure what that would have meant. Now I'm kind of hungry, but damn it. Listen, let me wrap up talking about his tackling. He will just get the job done. He's got the play recognition, identify anything that's being thrown at him. He's also a wrap-up tackler. He isn't going to allow many to get away from him. I just loved his angles, his aggression, while being patient. It was impressive to see the tape. And I just came away with zero concerns with him in the run game. His coverage, though, was my personal favorite to watch. And just holy shit balls. When he makes his mind up and decides on a location on the field, he does not fuck around. He is just a flash. He's going to contest a ton of balls in his career in the NFL. And I'll tell you what, if I'm an opposing quarterback, I'm locating him with my eyes before throwing over the middle. This guy's going to be hated by tight ends. If you're playing teams with great tight ends like George Kittle, Travis Kelce, they can really wreck your defensive game plan. I don't think that'll be a problem with Kyle Hamilton on your defense. He will be a tight end killer. I like him in his deep coverage as well. That's really valuable to have. We've all seen the impact that a role can have on a defense, like an Earl Thomas in his prime. So I wouldn't mind seeing more often than not Kyle used in kind of that deep free safety role. But I'm also torn at the same time. Like, he's so good in all other areas, it's almost feels like a waste to just slide him in on one role. I'd actually like to see him go to a team that is big on situational football. I think he'd thrive really in any situation, in any role, and that can, honestly, in a close game, that can make a difference. Try to get him in the area of the field where the play is going to, and I just think he's going to be a complete game changer in the NFL. But listen, his effort and athleticism is what makes him the best safety prospect in decades. Combine that with his length and size, and he's impossible to deal with. Watch his film closely. I'm telling you, he is always so controlled. It's like a controlled fury, always about to explode on somebody or something. Wind him up and watch him go. I really dug deep, looking for a weakness in his game that is worth talking about on here. I don't know if he has one. Aiden Hutchinson and Kyle Hamilton are 1A and 1B in this draft. If I put a number grade on my prospects, Hamilton might be the highest in the draft. I'm still sticking with Aiden Hutchinson as the best player, pretty much just because of positional value. Kyle Hamilton has the ability to make me look stupid for that comment right there. Whoever gets this kid, you better take their secondary serious instantly. We're about to find out the kind of impact a rookie safety can have on a team year one. I'm sure it will be a long time before I can scout a player of Kyle Hamilton's caliber, But this was awesome. I mean, if my Giants drafted him, say with like the 5th or 7th pick, I will not be pleased, and I would be extremely excited all at the same time. So Impressive Tape, maybe the best film I've watched so far. I can't say enough good things. I know it seems like my last few prospect analysis here, profiles, have just been overly glowing, but these last few guys I've talked about have been crazy. But I do say at least it'll cut down the time on my videos. Normally I'm harping on some kind of nitpicky weakness for 2 minutes, so maybe we can get this video down to like 4 or 5 minutes. But that's it. Hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe. I'm going to have a lot more of these all the way up to the draft. I'm going to try and get at least the first 3-4 rounds, all them players done. And also what I've thought about today was maybe every like 4th of the season, every 3-4 games, I can give an update on the prospects and what they're doing in the NFL. So even if you're not a New York Giants fan, hit that subscribe. We're going to talk about these guys all through the off season. We're going to talk about these guys all through next season, give updates. But that's it. Peace.